million times.
I know.
All right.
Which one?
Apparently
end stream
we're
or
live.
begin.
Is this thing on?
Tap, tap,
Is this
1,
thing
2,
on?
1, 2, tap, tap.
Check,
So,
1, 2.
hello, everybody, and welcome again. It's Are You Shitting Me? TMI, the podcast. I'm Ron here in Las Vegas, Nevada, and always not always, shit, you bailed on me last week, but you had some weather. I get it. We always have with me my favorite brother, Mike, from, where are you from,
Amarillo. Mike? Amarillo.
So, are you guys over the storm situation?
For right now, yeah. It was 3 tornadoes that touched down pretty much just south of us. But yeah, Carol and I were in bed. This one was Friday night. We had the storms come over Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday every night. It's just that time of year. And but yeah, Friday night, Carol and I went to bed about 11:30, and so while we're laying there, the freaking sirens go off, and so I start monitoring, TV. And first thing you hear is whenever you watch a meteorologist and the first thing out of their mouth is, yeah, well, we spotted a hook echo. It's like, oh, all right, well, that's, but yeah, I had a couple of F1s and an F0. And I got a little heat for making fun of the F0 tornado because I likened it to a wannabe.
Wannabe tornado?
Yeah, I said, I think I've seen dust devils that have picked up, more shit than that thing did. But the F1s, it's not funny. They did do some damage. Some folks, about 15, 20 houses in Canyon sustained quite a bit of damage down there. And so, yeah, that's, knock on wood, man. Every year we know here in Amarillo, we're probably, hate to say but we're probably there.
I was going to say, when you said the last thing you want to hear meteorologists say, I thought it would be like, holy shit.
Yeah. Well, that was, I think in meteorological terms, that's what
was that it?
And seek shelter now. I think that is just about the meteorological equivalent of holy shit.
Meteorologist Ebonics, we be fucked.
But I told people, look, man, stuff can be replaced. Fortunately, nobody was injured.
No, sir. In all seriousness, as long as everybody's okay, no lives were lost, everything else is inconsequential, really.
Oh, man, I'm telling you, yeah. You can, material shit can be replaced, but
I agree.
Everything else is just not there.
I agree. Well, I was Mike backstage, because last week, because of their situation with the weather down there, I had to do the podcast by myself, and
he's bitching and whining.
I was not a fan of doing a podcast by myself. I mean, you talk about meteorologists. I felt like a meteorologist. I'm like, so today's weather is 67 degrees, and tomorrow's weather is going to be 64 degrees, and the wind is going to come out of the north. I mean, I'm like, who the fuck am I talking to?
And you have nobody to say, back to you, Mike.
Thank God Tim Cato popped on it and gave me someone to talk.
Did he really?
Yes.
Good for him.
Dude, I was sucking ass. I had all the pictures all lined up. We were talking about the top 25 about you may be old if blah blah, and we did them one by one. I had pictures and this and that, and I'm like, okay, so I'm talking to myself. That's pretty much what I'm doing.
Hey, I do a radio show every afternoon, and I'm talking to myself.
Yeah, but you've been doing it for 40 years. I'm not used to it. I always have you or somebody else I can bounce shit off of.
So talk to something in the room. Talk to something in the room. I had a wonderful friend of mine.
Little Smurf guy right up on the wall. Yeah. That's who I was talking to. I'm like, oh, you're just so cute.
Look at that. Yeah. I had Dan Shanahan was one of my first program directors.
I remember Dan.
he's the one that said, you need to stop saying, you guys, stop speaking to the listener as if it's plural. You need to speak to that person like it's just one person. So I had a Gumby doll that I would set up in the control room, and I sat there and I would talk to that damn Gumby doll. I still have, to this day, I still have that Gumby doll.
I'm Gumby, damn it.
Yeah. We actually used that Gumby doll on one of the times I hosted Big Money Movie.
Oh yeah, Channel 13.
Yeah. So we actually used that on the set. It was pretty cool what they did. They made me look like I had my arm around Gumby, like Gumby was as big as I was. And I'd sat there and did a break. I think I have video of that someplace. But yeah, that Gumby doll has been with me for a long, long time.
That's awesome. But it's shit like that sticks with you, though.
Yeah.
And it's those things behind the scenes that people don't see and don't understand. And it's like, you and I talk about, chopping it up backstage, and we talk about stuff backstage that we maybe do or don't talk about on the show. But it's those things. There's lots of things you and I have talked about backstage that we don't share that I will take to my grave, and things that I remember that you and I talk about, because we don't share it with everybody. We share.
That's because we're bubbies.
Bubby, B-U-B-B-Y.
That's how. Yeah, it's because we're bubbies.
That's a whole conversation. I know we talked about it once before, but yeah, that's a whole conversation. So anyway, I'm going to go off on a little bit of a rant here, because.
Do you want some music while you rant?
Do we have background?
I can maybe hook you up with some sort of. Here, this will work. Yeah, let's try this one.
Yeah, Jamie's crying. I love it. So I was at, I hate to bitch about the big box stores, but I was at Lowe's the other day, and I'm standing at the commercial checkout line, and I'm in line 1, and the supervisor of that area, his name is John, and I will straight call you out because you're a cack. John is in line 2, which I thought was odd, because this dude never opens a fucking register to help people. So these guys, he's checking somebody out, and there's another person behind him in line, and they've been there the whole time he's checking out, right? And I'm in line 1, and the girl opens up, she pulls me forward, and I look over, and the next guy comes up to John. He's like, excuse me, I'm not open. Did you not see the light is not on?
Oh my.
And I looked over, I'm like, man, that's some great customer service, John, coming from a supervisor of the pro desk.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was shocked I knew his name or that I called him out right in the middle of his shit. But it's like, are you serious, dude? And this is the same, pardon my French, same motherfucker 2 weeks ago. When I go and shop at Lowe's, or Home Depot, I don't care. I usually have a big cart because I have a bunch of stuff I'm buying for a client. I'll be buying 2x4s, plywood. I'll go down and pick up some screws, some lath, some stucco, everything. So I'll push my cart down the middle of the aisle, and I'll just start loading up. I'll be in aisle 29. I'll walk down to aisle 4 to get a box of screws and come back. This time, this motherfucker's putting all my shit away.
Oh my.
I'm like, what are you doing? Well, this cart's been sitting here for a long time, so we're required to put shit away. A long time, long enough for me to walk 6 aisles down and get some screws. I'm like, I can't find you guys to give me help half the time, but you come put my fucking shit away when I'm gone for 30 seconds. So I did. I made it. I said, look, here's all the shit I ordered. Here's all the shit I wanted. Go put it back on my cart.
Yeah.
It gets to be just.
Yeah, I get that frustration. That's, you know what? It used to be that way here. I don't go to Lowe's. It's not that I have anything against it. I'm a Home Depot guy. I'm a shareholder now.
Yeah, me too. Normally, I will say that. Yes,
but it's it wasn't that long ago. We had kind of the same problem. It's like, dude, when I walk in here, I'm dropping $300, $400, $500. It's not like I'm buying, a bucket or something. And it was frustrating to try to get people that could help you or even know where anything was.
Yeah.
It's like, can you tell? Well, I think it's okay. If you think it is, then that's telling me you really don't know where it is. But I have to
Sure.
tell you, the last year or so, I don't know what they've done to the one I go to here. We have two of them, and but this one here, man, these kids have really turned it around. I love going in there now. But your situation, yeah, somebody's getting punched
Oh my
because
God.
some
And
someone's
dude,
getting
I straight
punched.
yelled. We're in. I'm in checkout one. He's way over in checkout two. And I'm like, yeah, great customer service, fucko. It's
Wow,
like, God damn, dude.
wow.
And the poor guy in line is like, well, I've been here the whole time, and you were checking somebody else out, just trying to be nice about it. This guy's just being a cack, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
having it. Not having it.
Every
So
people like that need to be called out. Honestly, they just
or
do.
punch in the mouth, one or the other. I'm good
Well,
with either.
yeah, I think the call out is first. That should be the progression. Is quiet anger, and then the call out, and then I'm going to need bail money.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's I think
dude,
that's the progression.
call me.
Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, hey Michelle,
Dude, Mike, if you ever
you're gonna
called me and said, "Ron, I had to punch somebody at Lowe's or Home Depot," fuck, I got you. I have a safe right behind me for that very purpose.
it's the get out of jail safe. Oh my lord.
Bad thing
I
is, you
get
think I'm joking.
I get it. There are just people like that. But yeah, home improvement, the one here, like I said, the one I go to, I'm a creature of habit. I mean, I've gone to the other ones, but I don't like it.
But you know what you want. You know where it is.
Dude, I think I know our local Home Depot better than the people that work there.
No doubt.
It's
No doubt.
really funny because Carolyn even okay, what aisle is this in? It's in aisle 32, right there on the end.
Bail
Or
row 19.
it's hilarious, man. I've been
Matter of
known
fact,
to
one of my guys called me one day. He calls me on a job site and he's like, "Ron, I'm looking for blah 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 at Home Depot." Okay, it's aisle 26, row 7, about halfway down left hand side. He texts me
and
back. He texts me back. How the fuck did you know that?
Right? But and even if I can't think of the aisle, I'll tell you where it is. Okay, go to where the Ryobi hand tools are. Turn left. You're going to see saw blades on the left. What we're after is right there across from it. That's me. I'm that guy. Even if I can't give you the exact aisle or the bay, I'll get you there because I know everything that's there.
So right. A little while ago, you had mentioned about you said something about young people, and talking about Home Depot, Lowe's. I don't know, but I have the kid that works for me. I won't mention his name because he might be watching, but he'll know who I'm talking about. So this kid's worked for me for probably 10, 11 years, maybe since he was 17 years old. And he just fucks up so much. I fire him, I hire him back. I fire him, I hire him back, to the point where finally Michelle's like, "Why do you keep hiring him back?" Because I just feel bad. He's a young kid, got kids. I worry about it. He's like one of our kids, Yeah. So I call him when I need work done. Not like 2 weeks ago we were in Huntington Beach. He was all butthurt because I didn't call him to go. I'm like, I don't need you. I have me and 2 other guys. We can go handle it. And so we come back. Long story short, I have a job we're doing right now. We're doing some excavating and landscaping for a client, drywall, stucco stuff. And I'm like, "Hey, man, I need you to come. Are you available?" Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I'm available. So it's shoveling rock out of our front yard and throwing it in a dumpster. He tells one of my other guys, Dave, who's been with me for 12 years. He's one of my supervisors, I guess, And so I leave and Dave's like, "You can stop copping an attitude. Ron's gone now." He's like, "Well, I just feel like I get called in for all the grunt work and all the hard work and, nothing else." And I'm like, "I'm sorry. So if I called you for easy work, that would be okay.
Yeah.
But you have to come and shovel rock. That's not okay." But I digress. Okay. This job, I needed 3 things. I needed somebody to shovel rock. I needed somebody to lath, scratch, brown, and finish stucco. And I needed somebody to run 2 electrical outlets off of 1 GFI. So out of those 3, which one can you do?
Me personally, rock. I can shovel rock.
Yeah, that's it. That's all you're qualified for. So, don't get fucking butt hurt at me because I give you a job and I pay you the same amount of money, whether you're shoveling rock or picking your nose, and you want to bitch about it. You know what? Fuck no. I'm sorry.
Wait, do you pay people to pick their nose? Because
I do. I do.
I'd like to apply.
I am a highly trained professional. But you know what I mean? It's like people complain about shit. It's like,
I get it.
You're getting paid the same amount of money no matter what you do. Yeah. And you can't do 2 out of the 3 things.
Well, whatever happened to wanting to prove my worth? Look.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you. That is my whole point.
Rocks, if I shovel these rocks, then maybe next time, he'll show me how to do these other things, and I can move up to that, and somebody else can shovel these damn rocks.
Let me tell you what, Mike, there's and I know you can appreciate this. There's the old saying, you can have 10 years of experience or be at a job for 10 years. This kid's been in a job for 10 years. I have gone out of my way to try to teach him and don't get me wrong, I'm not the end all of end all. I don't know everything, but I can teach you a few things if you want to shut up and listen. He's just been at a job for 10 years. He just wants to collect a paycheck and move on.
Yeah.
And I'm not that guy. If you don't want to better yourself, why am I going to go out of my way to try to make you better?
Yeah. That's just it. Show me you want to learn, show me you want to improve yourself, and I'm there for you. But otherwise, here's a shovel, there's some rocks, knock yourself out.
So, you know what I did today for 6 hours? Rode around in a S70 Bobcat excavating rock and dirt out of a yard because he didn't
want to that's where my mind is, wait a minute, the rock thing, does that mean I get to drive a Bobcat or something? Because if that's the case, I'm in.
Can you drive a Bobcat?
I'm a player. Yes. Have I? No. But by God, I'll figure it out.
I was just going to say, when's the last time did you load yourself in a Bobcat? But it looks fun.
That's just it, man. It's like, shit.
Matter of fact, my client, Derek, today, he's a good friend. I love Derek and his wife. He's like, I get the Bobcat dropped off at his house this morning, 7:00. And I'm like, all right, I gotta get in and do this. And about, 30 minutes into it, he's leaving for work. He comes out, he stops, shut the machine down. He's like, yeah, that doesn't look as much fun as I thought it was going to be. I'm like, yeah, it's really not. You're like, dude, you're fucking bouncing around this thing, you're jerking around.
That's okay. It sounds like a good challenge. I'm in. Color my ass in.
I got it for 2 more days. Come on out.
All right. See, I've told you, we have friends here that have a ranch, and I'm telling them all the time, when we get a chance to go out there and hang out for a few days, it's so wonderful. It's so damn quiet.
It's a different life, isn't it?
That's where I go out and I just tell the world to shut the hell up. And I've told them, I said, look, man, I don't care what it is, but I just want to drive the tractor. Right? Out in their shop, they have, all these ATVs and shit. But there's a couple of tractors, and I keep saying, dude, I don't care what it is. I have to drive the tractor. And so I know at some point they're going to let me. I don't have to do a damn thing.
They haven't let you yet?
No. And, I've been tempted to just to crank it up. But it's my luck. I'll drive it. I'll be like, the neighbors next door you were telling me about backstage. I'll be able to put the tractor away. Unfortunately, the garage door will probably be closed. That'd be my luck.
Yeah. I'll just park it right here.
I keep saying, man, dude, I get it because it's a great place to go out and shoot guns, and it's like 400 acres. But I got to drive the tractor.
Hey man,
I
if
really
he ever, if whoever it is, if he ever needs somebody to come run a tractor or a skidster or a back up, dude, I'm in. I'm in. Let me
no,
know.
no, I get to go first.
Yeah,
There's
I
you
mean,
don't
I'm sorry. I mean, somebody that needs to that can run it that
you don't
knows
get
what
to go
they're
before
doing.
your older brother does. So you
Okay,
were telling me
let me rephrase that. If they need somebody to come and fix the shit my older brother did by running
there
the,
you go.
the
Yeah,
tractor,
yeah. I'll fly out to fix everything Mike fucked up.
uh,
So you were saying backstage that Kenny did he
oh
post this
yeah,
on social media?
he did. Yeah,
That it
50
was
years.
how long ago?
50 years.
Wow.
Ken Hall, if you're watching, I doubt you are tonight, but yeah, our buddy Ken Hall. The Halls moved across the street from us when we lived on Debonair Circle in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Our friend Ken Hall, and Ken is 58,
He's just
59,
I think he's just below me. So he's got to be damn near close to 60.
close to 60.
Yeah.
Made a comment on social media that they moved across the street from us this, I think today, actually, 50
50 years
years
ago.
ago.
Wow.
50 years ago. And you know what's funny is, and Mike and I were talking backstage, I was 6, maybe 7. I can to this day remember the day they moved in across the
I
street.
think I can. And because I would put me around 13, and that's about right.
I was
And
sitting upstairs in the upstairs living. We had a split entry home. So when you walked in, you either went upstairs or downstairs. So I was upstairs in the living room, and I remember doing this number out the window.
I think we're all trying to figure out, who's moving in.
All I
across
knew
the street.
was, who's that hot chick? Sybil, that's you.
Oh, was it Sybil?
Oh yeah, Sybil was. Yeah, I had such a crush
think-
on her when I was
I
a
think
kid.
I think all the guys at some point had a crush on Sybil.
Oh
And
yeah.
don't tell Chad that. I think
No,
all
no,
the
no.
guys kinda had a-
Chad's a stud. He's good. He knows where he stands.
Chad was awesome, man.
Yeah.
We were
I
blessed.
tell you what, Mike. You and I have talked about it in the past, and dude, I would not give up my childhood for nothing. We had such a great group of people, and it's great that there's still a lot of us this day, 50 years ago, 50 years past
Shit.
that,
Yeah.
that we still keep in contact with each other. I mean, that's a feat in itself.
I mean, we've lost a few.
Tandy Lasha, yeah, Tandy
Tandy.
was a heartbreaker. Yeah,
Mrs. Lash.
Will Irby was
Irby.
another one. Yeah,
But yeah, I agree. Debonair, there was just something magical about that part of the street because it was a big sweeping circle, but we lived on the east side, and there was just something cool about us kids. There was something cool about those 10, 12 houses right there that, yeah, I wouldn't trade it in for anything. It was freaking awesome.
dude, you could even go all the way down to the opposite end, the west side of the street where the Millers were. You remember the Millers?
Well, I remember the Millers, but there wasn't a lot of Westies that I really.
I love
There
it.
was.
I love
Remember,
it. We have names now. I love it.
yeah, down on the other end. You guys remember there was a. I just remember they were sort of a religious family. I don't know if for
The
some
Millers.
reason
He was a preacher.
was one of them a preacher. Am I thinking of that house?
The Millers. Yes.
They lived in kind of their little cul-de-sac or whatever. down
Yes,
at the other end.
at the other end, when you
Yeah.
went down Debonair and it made that sweeping left at the end, they were on that corner right there. That was the Millers, yeah.
Well, then I got a bone to pick with them because when I had the El Camino, in order to come home, because the El Camino wasn't very quiet, so in order to try to sneak home, I'd go down to that side of Debonair.
And cruise home.
I'd come racing up the hill, man. I mean, for all I got. And I'd get to the very top and I'd run it neutral and turn it off so I can coast down to our house and just kind of park it out in the street. Then I'd run around back and climb in my window.
In your exterior door.
Yeah, in my personal entry door. And I think that man finally told Dad. I don't
Ratted
know.
you out.
Yeah, ratted me out big time, man. Something to the effect of they're going to call the cops, and I kept thinking, well, there's one that lives behind us. Just go tell him.
Yeah,
I mean,
go tell Ralph Bruner.
yeah,
He's a
tell
fucking
Ralph.
cop.
He'll take care of it. But yeah, I used to, when I had the El Camino, that's how I got home, was I'd go down to that inn.
They lived like I think 3 or 4 houses down from Pat Dial.
Yeah, that would be them.
Yeah,
because I remember Pat Dial. Boy, howdy, I went to he was in the Civil Air Patrol.
Civil Air, yeah.
Yeah, so I went to a Civil Air Patrol meeting with him, which made Dad extremely happy. And
is that like an AA meeting?
Yeah, just to Pat's credit, because he was way into that shit. I couldn't wait to get home. Oh my God, I honestly, man, all I could think of, I can't wait to get home and
I'm tapping out.
Yeah, there's some herb or something I need to get to, but this just ain't my bag, man. But yeah, it was over at Peterson Air Force Base.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was. Yeah, but Pat was way into that stuff.
Pat was a cool dude, man. He was. He was a cool cat.
So, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, just right there, man. But when you told me that Kenny posted 50 years ago,
50 years,
they moved into that house. Shit. I mean, I suddenly felt really old. Really old.
Oh, who are you telling? Matt, his younger brother Matt and I are the same age. We're about maybe a few months apart from each other. So we're both like 56, 57 years old. I'm like, when he said like 50 years, I'm like, God dang, man. Because there was the 3 of us. There was me, Matt Hall, and Chris Hammermeister.
Yeah.
We were all about the same age. And it was that, you know how it goes, Mike, where, you could have 2 kids play together, but maybe you had the third one. There was always one odd guy out. And you never knew from week to week if you were the odd guy or not, And that
well, speak for yourself. When you were the stud of the street, man, you were never the odd guy out.
Who was that?
You were never the odd guy out. You were the one everybody wanted on their team, baby.
I do remember. Now, don't get a big fucking head, because I know you will. But when you remember, well, of course you remember. Even I had my Achilles tendon surgery, and I was flying back and forth from here to the Springs to be with Dad, right? And you, me, Ken Hall, Chad Lasha, our cousin Roger, I think Matt, we all went out to, was it McFurry's or somewhere?
Yeah, we went to was it a karaoke bar or something?
Yes. And we were all there, and Chad even said, he's like, dude, you were the guy we all wanted to be when we were younger, Mike was I'll tell you, Mike was the shit back in the day. He was the man's man on Debonair Circle. And yeah. And I tell you what, it wasn't bad being the younger brother, having the badass brother, older brother. Yeah. I got beat up a lot when I was younger until I learned how to fight back. And then I got kicked out of 2 high schools.
I'm telling you what, you only have to get beat up one time to figure it out. And then after that, game on, yo.
It was, you know what it was, Mike, is Mom used to always tell me, oh my God, don't get in a fight. Don't fight back. And finally it was Dad that said, if somebody punches you, you better win. You better fight back. And I will tell you the kid's name. Chris Moran was the first kid ever. We were outside playing, street football like we always did. And he started mouthing off and shoving me and pushing me. And I don't know what happened, dude. Just something let loose on me. And I just whooped the brakes off this kid.
Yep.
And I felt so bad about it. I told Dad, I'm like, Dad, this is what happened. Well, he's like, good job, son.
Good job. Exactly, man. Exactly.
Like, I'm
expecting
to get my ass kicked because of it, He's like, good job, son. I'm like, okay.
One of the first ones I remember was Panorama Junior High. We lived over on Nadine, and I was in band. Why, I don't know, because I couldn't play a damn instrument.
Okay.
But I was in band, and there was a little little kid, a little dude that thought his shit didn't stink. His name was Rudy. And he just kept poking the bear. And so finally I had enough, man. And I think I was playing drums at that time. So I remember throwing the sticks down, running across the band room, the whole band, because our band teacher had left the room. So Mr. Decker's not even in there. So all the other kids
Rudy's dead.
And I went and I got Rudy, and I got him on the ground, and I did a full mount on him, and I'm just beating the shit out. I mean, he's bleeding. I'm pounding his face. Mr. Decker comes in, and it's almost like A Christmas Story where Ralphie is beating up on Scott Farkas.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Mr. Decker comes, pulls me off. I get hauled down to the principal's office. They call Dad, and Dad has to come get me. So Dad has to leave work to come and get me. So I'm thinking,
at this point, you're thinking you're dead.
I'm dead. I mean, this is not going to be good. Dad takes me home. We went in the room, and he just sets me down, and he gave me the, son, really wasn't the right thing to do. He just asked me what had happened. I told him, and that's where I got the first time I got if somebody starts something, you finish it.
Amen.
If you start something, you finish it. And after that, I even at that age, I could have been but 10, 12 years old, I understood what he was saying.
Of course.
And so, it was exciting. It scared the hell out of me.
Of course.
Because that's the first time I really pummeled somebody. But yeah,
not only that, but Dad was a very intimidating man.
Dad was stocky.
When he pulled you aside, you were like, my life is going to end.
Daddy could pick us up. Daddy could pick us up with one hand.
One hand. Yes. Yep. One hand. Yeah.
Yep, he just grab you by the arm or the scruff of the neck, and pick you up and hold you. And it's like, well, that's it. He's throwing me across the room. I'm dead.
I do remember, Mike, I hate to call you out on this, but I do remember the one time you decided to buck up to Dad when you were about 15, 16 years old. Yeah. We were downstairs in the basement, and I'm how old are you? 62, 63?
63. Yeah.
I think I was 6 years younger than you. So I'm maybe 6 years old, 7 years old. And Mike decides to buck up to Dad downstairs in the basement. And
in his underwear.
Oh, yeah. And all I remember is Mike's body going up in the air, hitting the ground at Mach 5. And all I hear is this, oh, body hitting the ground. I'm just like, this guy's going to die.
I have to tell you what it was is I had snuck out with a girl, and we had gone to Homer's Odyssey, and I was wasted. I mean, just gone. And so managed to get home, came in the window. As I'm creeping in, I get down on the bed and get on the, we had linoleum flooring, and I turn around, and there in the doorway is Daddy standing in his underwear.
In his tidy whities. And
all he said is, boy, I told you never leave your mother worrying. And I just walked up to him and said, dude, I'm poking him. I said, look, man, I am so tired of this shit. And we had this ratty sectional downstairs.
Yes, downstairs by the fireplace.
Dad takes, and he throws it to the other side of that room to clear out space.
Yeah, making room
because he's killing me. And so he did. He said, "Oh, big man, right? You get one punch." And I must have swung.
You did. You swung, and that's all you saw after that.
And when I woke up, I swear to God, I got to bed finally, but I got up the next morning. I was up at the table having breakfast, and Mom wouldn't even talk to me. And she says, "How do you feel?" And I said, "Mom, I think Dad hit me." And she, without skipping a beat, "Oh, he did," and just kept on going. It just kept going about her business. I thought, well, son of a bitch.
You are not confused.
Oh yeah, you're not wrong. He hit you. God. But I do. It's a funny memory. He and I laughed about it. I said, Daddy, I remember poking you in the chest because by this time I'm actually taller than him. So I'm poking.
It didn't matter.
Poking him in the chest. And when he went and threw that sectional across the room, I think for a split second, I thought, well, that's pretty much it.
At that point, he knew he had fucked up.
There'll be one less mouth to feed in this house. And I took a swing. And yeah, my joke with him is when I woke up.
Yeah. Well, you know, we all have that. Not me so much. I wasn't that dumb, but I did. Yeah, well, I did have my stepson Jacob, Michelle's oldest son, take a swing at me. He was like 16 years old. Michelle's like, all I saw was his feet go up over his head and his body hit the ground as you drug him outside. I'm like, I don't recall any of that, just so you know. Yeah. Just like fucking blacked out, you know.
That's just it, you know, rage, memory loss.
No, yeah. But I do remember, and Mike, it is honestly one of my fondest memories watching you get your ass kicked by Dad.
It was, well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
No, it made me, I learned real quick.
Yeah, you learned. That's just it. That's what sucked about being the oldest is the other two could figure out, well, I won't do that.
I learned real quick. Don't piss Dad off.
Oh, look at Matt. That's one of the best memories ever. I was spending the night. I'm glad I could be there for you guys. Thank you very much.
We all got to share.
And somewhere Dad's up there laughing his ass off right now.
Hey, by the way, I want to take it down a somber note. Matt's wife Sherry's dealing with some chemo issues, and just want to say God bless her, God love her. Matt, love you guys so much, and I know how in our family we've dealt with cancer so much, and man, we are so much on your side and got our blessings every day. Love you.
Yeah, couldn't love him anymore, man. Sherry is
she's awesome.
I told her today in a message, just love her to death, and I just wish Carolyn and I could be there to just sort of whisper in her ear how beautiful she is. And, you know, cancer's fucking with the wrong people, man. I'm telling you.
You can whisper in my ear.
That girl's, well, that's a different kind of whispering.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I was listening. So back to you, Mike.
Before we go, because we're getting up there, but I do want to, I saw every once in a while, I'll see posts on social media that just stop me in my tracks because it's like something said, holy shit, I completely forgot about this. There was a cereal that was around when we were kids. I think you may have had it by the time you were old enough to get to it, but who remembers Freakies?
I do not.
Yeah, see, that's just it. I remember Freakies because the cereal I don't remember what the cereal tasted like, but this was
recognize the name. Is that a Purina?
Yeah, it's
sign on
Purina, but it's the cereal probably tasted like shit, but they had these cool little characters they would put in that fucking box, and I don't know. I don't know if we could afford it or not, but these were the characters, and I wish they were bigger.
Oh, I can see them.
The green one.
I have no recollection of that at all. That looks like yuck mouth.
Dude.
That looks like they call me yuck mouth.
Anybody is going to have to, if you're watching this after we're done, hit us up, shoot us a memory about this. But Freakies was, it's when I saw it, I now look at it from a marketing standpoint, and it was such a great marketing effort because, again, the cereal probably tasted like shit, but, man, they had commercials. Every kid, you can get refrigerator magnets, cards, collector cards with these stupid little
Star Wars.
So, yeah, Freakies. It was, when I saw that, I thought, holy crap.
You get a freaky comic book inside. Did you get a freaky comic book, Mike?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Wow, that's amazing. I thought for sure you would remember Freakies.
Nah. Now,
No,
Frankenberry, that I remember.
That's still, you can still get that shit.
You can't get your Freaky on?
No, I don't think you can get Freakies anymore. I don't know if you can or not.
Check Amazon, damn it. They have everything.
Amazon sells everything. Damn Amazon.
Damn it.
Be the ruination of us all.
Well, whatever. All right. Well, we are at look at that, 40 minutes. It's like a record. See what I mean? I can't do a podcast by myself. I have to have somebody to bounce shit off of. And Mike, you are very bounceable.
Well, at my size, yes. I'm very bounceable.
Anyway, back to you, Mike.
Well, okay. I'm glad we had this time together.
What song was that?
To have a laugh and sing a song.
Who is that?
Seems we just get started, and before you know it, comes the time we have to say so long.
Carol Burnett.
Is it? It is Carol Burnett. It is Carol Burnett.
I caught that. That was she used to always say that to her mother.
Ear tag.
Yeah. But you know what? There's another thing right there. How many people younger than 30 would know what this meant?
Yeah. It's
none.
Right now, it's probably some sort of demonic or sexual thing.
Oh,
hey, these two dudes are doing this podcast?
Nowadays, this. So I got to tell you something, Mike, just before we go. I was talking to a friend of mine, ex-client, whatever you want to call him. I've been a client friend for years, 15, 20 years. Came across an old picture of him on Facebook when I had my detailing business, and they came to the grand opening of our shop. And so I sent it to him, like, hey, I got a picture of you and whomever you were with at our shop, blah, blah, blah. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Hey, man. His response, hey, man, all good. I catch your podcast as often as I can.
Cool.
I have never seen this guy on here. So that tells me that people are watching afterwards.
Watch it.
Yeah. So he's like, and I'll tell you what, my friend Michelle that's been on my show, our show a couple of times.
I like Michelle.
Oh, she's awesome.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Fucking love her. She is the most prepared guest we've ever had.
Of course. Well, yeah, I'm telling you.
She's more prepared. If I said, Michelle, we're going to talk about Freaky's cereal, she'll have a 15-page summary.
She's going to go do research.
The show, before the show even cast. Yeah, but
because she's better and smarter than we are.
Amen. That was my point. That was exactly my point. Yeah.
We don't understand preparation. See, Ronnie and I keep telling each other almost every week, if we put a little effort into this thing and try to figure out how to really do it, we could probably get people to watch. But do we? No.
Because you know why, Mike? Because we could pick a topic and we'll talk about it for about 30 seconds and it goes awry almost instantly.
Well, and I think that's okay. I think that's
okay.
It is.
Love it. Right. Anyway, Mike, thank you for joining us again. Everybody that joined in now, thank you so much. Matt, best love to you and Sherry. Please give her our best. Those of you that will watch later, please, by all means, leave your comments and statements on the YouTube or Facebook. I know you watch because I get people that tell me, oh my God, yeah, I watched that episode.
Yeah, we can see the numbers afterwards.
We
can look at
we can see all of
it. The views
so I'll tell you what, Mike, I have a challenge for you.
I don't pay heed to the challenges, but go ahead.
I was going to say, I know you'll fail me.
I'll amuse you.
Pick a topic for next week.
Pick a topic. All right.
And by let's say by Friday, you make a post. Like you do for your other shows.
You ask too much of me.
Hey,
you ask too much of me.
Next Wednesday, my brother and I are going to talk about blah blah blah.
All right. Well, can I just use that as a promo?
Yes.
That we're going to talk about blah blah blah.
That's usually what it is. We talk about blah blah blah.
All right, I'll do it.
All right. Well, I love you guys. Thank you so much. And we'll see you guys next week. Mike, have a great weekend.
Right
Tell
back at you.
Carolyn hi. Love you. Love you guys. And we will see you next week.
All
Are you
right.
going to play exit music?
Pick up where we left off.
I love Van Halen. Not Van Hagar. Van Halen.